Hi, everyone. My name is Rita Crompton. I'm also known as the Inventor Lady, and I've been helping everyone work through the Archimedes Offspring vetting process so that you can see if you would qualify for up to $75,000 in funding. Yesterday, I talked to someone who had listened to one of the broadcasts and was very interested in receiving that $75,000 and promptly began to tell me how I should be running my side of the vetting process. Doesn't really work that way. First of all, doing your own piece of the vetting process, the comprehensive search. No, you've got to have an independent set of eyes on it. I don't want you telling me how wonderful it is. And I know that obviously, if you're thinking of spending that kind of money and time and energy on it, you think it's wonderful. That's fine. And your family doesn't count either. He was telling me, how wonderful his family thinks this is, and, the $1 billion everybody's going to make. No. And again, reality check. So first steps first. You have got to be able to plug your computer in. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Computer came unplugged. Low battery. Did not realize that. Okay, so we are back on the air. Anyways, like I was saying, when everyone is telling you how wonderful it is, I need the reality check. I need to know. I'm not sure why I'm having so many technical issues right now. But anyway, back on track. When you are looking at going through the vetting process, we need to know that there's been another set of eyes on your project. We need to know that a third party has said, this is what's out there. All right. Inventors tend to look with blinders on. You don't really want to find anything, and I understand that. But you need to have somebody else besides a family or a friend go out there and take a look. International. It has to include an international search. It doesn't matter that you plan to sell or not in another country. It matters what is out there as part of the public domain. So please don't argue with me about the fact that you don't plan on selling someplace else. It has everything to do with what is part of the public domain. The other thing is there is a 2.5-year blind spot at the USPTO, and a legitimate one. So how do you look for something that the patent has been filed but not published yet? You go looking online. You go looking to see what else has been put out there on a YouTube video, on an Amazon sale, on a website. There are ways to at least give you the best shot at knowing what an examiner is going to find. All right. The next one he wanted to argue with me about is the fact that he'd done his own work. You cannot do it pro se. And legally, will the patent office accept it? Of course they will. There's books written, there's stuff on the USPTO website about how you file your own to save the attorney fees. And my feeling is if you're putting all of your financial eggs into this basket, why would you do it yourself? Doing your own patent is like doing your own brain surgery. By the time you realize you've made a mistake, it's too late to fix it because you're dead. And in this case, you're dead financially. All right. Controlling the patent is your only leverage. So then we went on to the next part of that topic of filing a provisional patent application and then allowing the licensee to file the utility patent or the design patent. Cannot do a provisional on a design, at least yet, but that's another conversation. Anyway, you can't do it yourself. There's a reason these guys go to school, guys and gals go to school for a long period of time and spend a lot of money on their education to become a registered patent attorney. There's a reason. They know the dance. Doing a good patent is like doing a Monet. There's layers of paint. There's finesse. There's understanding of all the pigmentation. You have got to have someone who understands it. All right. Doing it yourself, yes, you can. But a legitimate licensee is not going to defend that, and they're not going to want to even deal with it. So we're looking at clients that we're trying to help get teed up for licensing, selling their intellectual property. If you did it yourself, you've got nothing to sell. And are there exceptions to everything? Of course there are. There's exceptions to everything. However, what we are looking at is the general case, the general rules. And when Archimedes Offspring says they will not accept anything that was done by an invention promotion company as far as the search or the intellectual property or the design work, and they will not accept anything that's been done pro se, that's it. Deal done. When we've got thousands of people wanting to go through the process, we're not going to argue. All right. So what are the steps? First of all, we will sign an NDA. All you've got to do is pull it down, fill out your part, email it back to us, and we'll get it signed and sent back to you so that that part's taken care of. Then you're going to have the search done, unless you've already had a professional search done, not one you did yourself and not one you paid for online. All right, a good search report, comprehensive, U.S., international product search. And then you're going to have a patentability opinion done. And if you've already filed a provisional, that's good enough. You can still apply as long as the provisional was done by a registered patent attorney. All right, now you take a look at the application itself. And we don't want you to spend a lot of money at this point on design work. We don't want you to have spent money on market research, but do your own research. Answer the questions the best you can. And depending on the industry, not all questions will be applicable. Put down, not applicable. If you've got video of prototypes, if you've got pictures or drawings of prototypes, that's fine. Send those along because it gives us a better chance at distilling what we need to do as to whether or not you'll be accepted for the $75,000. So as you're going through the vetting process, make sure you take a look at the FAQs on the inventor side. That's going to answer a lot of questions for you. And then if you've got other questions, send them over to us. We are happy to answer questions for you. Don't argue with us. It is what it is. I have been doing this for almost 15 years. And the investors, the people who are running the investor side of it, they're trying to look out for the investors. We want everyone to have the best chance of success. So there's going to be rules and there's going to be guidelines. And number one, get a comprehensive professional search done. Number two, use a registered patent attorney. Fill out the form the best you can. If there's any holes in it that we need you to answer, we'll get back to you. Somebody will get back and say, we need some of this information. Don't spend a ton of money on market research. It's worthless. We will get you teed up to go to a trade show, and that's where we will gather. A lot of the vetting process is done by industry experts. So we go out to the experts who have signed on to be kind of our backroom eyes and ears on a particular project. And if it comes back and they say, you know, we need to know more about this because this type of thing has been done a dozen different ways and never made it in the marketplace, we'll let you know. So this goes back then to the mentoring part of what Archimedes Offspring does, is teeing up for the investors the best way to launch the product, also tees it up the best way for you to make some money. So it's a win-win for both sides. And that's what we want to make sure we have happen. If for some reason then you're not chosen for the fund, but you've gathered now all of this information, now you can make better decisions. You can make better business decisions on how you want to proceed. That's what it's all about. We are reinventing the way inventing is done. We are giving you the best tools, the best options, and the best chance to spend your trips to the bank to make a deposit, not to take money out, to put back into this. So follow us. If you want to get signed up on the investor side to receive updates on how that's going, please do. Please take the time to go in, know what the program looks like, right? And as we go through now our next set of videos, it will be giving you insight on some of the specific spots of the vetting program. It will be going through some of the advantages, again, of using Archimedes Offspring and what that does for you as the inventor rather than being out there all alone. So join us, follow us on the investor side, ask your questions, get involved. We are reinventing inventing in America. Thank you.